Hello everybody, my name is Dizzy and welcome back to our actual, definitely 100% very final revenge for real this time. No, seriously, it's actually a good time for the last mission of the game, or at least of the main story of the game. We're playing Dishonored. We last played Dishonored 2 weeks ago because I had a little week off. And last time we were betrayed, and we fought our way back through the longest mission of the game by some considerable margin. A mission so long that it could very easily have been two missions if you split it up differently and included the very short mission that we're sort of about to jump right into. It is a lovely day outside, which is a change from what the weather has been like for the last few days. September really struck with a vengeance. Let me see if I can get game on your screens. We have game. Alright. Let's tab out so I can minimize that. We have some lovely human beings in the chat. We have a Shaskell. We have a Kingal. How's it going? I hope you're having a lovely day. I promise I'm actually not kidding, by the way, about this being the last mission of the game. Well, we're not the one we're about to do, but the one after that. Because we're going to do two missions today. We've got a super duper short mission. And then we have the actual final mission of the game. But yeah, last time we fought our way through the flooded district. We fought with Dowd. We accidentally disappeared Dowd and nearly softlocked the game. And then we had to do a whole escape from the flooded district sequence. And yeah, and we fought our way here, and now we have this sewer exit, which is going to give us an end of mission screen because we didn't do the end of mission screen last time. But This is our summary from what we did last time. We killed 67 people. No civilians, actually, this time, which is nice. We didn't kill anyone. Very sad. We did help Granny cook Slackjaw. We missed a painting. We never miss paintings. Where was the painting we missed? It's such a long, bloody mission. Of course we missed a painting somewhere, I guess. But we got... I was going to say we got the important stuff, which is runes and bone charms, but actually... because I'm a very thorough player, I've kind of got all the runes that I need and then some. We've just been kind of picking up powers because we can. And yeah, here we are, the Hound Pits pub. You've returned to the Hound Pits to pick up the trail of your old allies and find out where they've taken Emily. And you'll find that we are here in the basement of the side apartment with Cecilia. Hi there.
Please. No. Oh, it's you, Corvo.
Mm-hmm.
Thank the stars.
Hi, BG. How's it going?
I thought you'd been killed.
Nope.
Except for Samuel. He seemed sure you'd survive.
That's because Samuel's the one who nearly killed me.
Shortly before the killing began. He was smart enough not to come ashore, but I'll bet he's still out there, looking for you, is my guess. Havelock called us into the yard, but I wasn't feeling well. I just watched from the attic. The Admiral brought his cutlass. He stuck Wallace through the eye with it. Then he did Lydia. Callista he shot in the back with his pistol. Emily saw it all. Havelock kept yelling something about the things he'd done and how no one could ever know. Pendleton wouldn't even look anyone in the face. They said it was time for Sokolov and went off to his cage. I don't know what happened after that.
So yeah,
I was there when the killing started. Poor child.
Excuse me, I was
I hope
talking.
she hit her eyes. The Admiral said that Martin was right. I guess they talked about it. And they started to worry they'd get executed for all that they'd done, going after the Lord Regent and his allies. I suppose it's why they've poisoned you too.
Yeah, so
I thought Lydia
oh
would
my
squeal
god!
at the end.
Shut
She
Please,
just
I'm talking to my
Havelock
chat,
screamed
Cecilia.
and died.
Yeah, so Havelock and Martin and Pendleton were busy while we were gone. They basically rounded up all of the commoners who'd been working for the rebellion and executed them. Because they're real nice people. And yeah, one of the big differences between High Chaos and Low Chaos is in High Chaos, she sort of explicitly mentions, Emily saw everything. Yay, lots of murder. We have a Species in chat. Hi there, Species. How's it going? We also have a 3 consecutive stream watch streak from BG. That is also a lot of a lower number than I thought it would be, but I do not know how the Twitch work with its watch streaks. It seems to be a little strange. But yeah, welcome on in. Welcome on in. Yeah, a depressing start to the stream, but it's okay because it's only going to go downhill from here. We are back to the Hound Pits, and we know that there are several confirmed kills of people we knew and loved, including Callista, who I think is actually spared in low chaos. But she's confirmed dead here. I'm just gonna eat your food. Sorry about that.
Lydia's the only one who ever showed me any kindness. I don't think the Admiral actually knew I existed.
Yeah, we see Cecilia escaped being executed by the fact that
I can hide here for as long as it takes.
the
Seems that no one
high-ups were
sees
so unconcerned with the servants they didn't even know she existed. So, good job. BG says, what games should let you murder friendly NPCs if they're annoying? Well, so this is the start of the end of the game, and actually from here, there is, like, previously, if we'd killed any members of the Loyalist conspiracy, we'd get a game over. I'm gonna get a quick save, because I don't actually want her, like, dead. But, like, that's no longer the case. We can just chop our way through anybody who's left right now. We are not beholden to don't attack your allies. But yeah, so we're back at the Hound Pits. We know that everyone's been executed by Havelock, and if we poke our head out the door,
What a day, huh? Gonna be a great party tonight. I was only a kid at the last coronation. If we even make it to tonight.
we'll see it's Coronation Day, and the Watch are swarming around the pub.
Poison thrown in the river. If you ask me, he's long gone. Threw the mask in the river, left town.
That's what a rational person would do. Not this guy. You have to understand the criminal mind. I hear they had to hide the Caldwell girl from him the whole time they were working with him. I heard they locked him in a cage and only let him out at night.
So yeah, they've been spreading some interesting rumors about me. For one thing. We have a Kingo in the chat as well. But yeah, so there's plenty of watch around.
Ever closer until...
Cut it out. What's so impressive about Corvo anyway? Who's he got up against? A couple of high overseers, a couple of noblemen? He could never stand up to men with our training.
I like how in like High Chaos, that conversation is mad because I've like butchered my way through ranks and ranks of the City Watch at this stage in the playthrough. Anyway, we are going to hop on this way and hop in here because there's something in here that I need. It's in Havelock's room, which is not this room. This is Pendleton's room. Whoopsies. But yeah, you see, this place is absolutely crawling with tall boys in High Chaos. It's a little bit nicer in Low Chaos, but only a little bit. But yeah, because I know the mission, I know that we can grab these prototype blueprints from here, which we will need fairly soon. And then the place I want to go is Piero's workshop, because the two people we haven't had confirmed dead. Well, we know that Samuel is alive, but he's out on the water. Other than that, the two people we haven't heard from are Sokolov and Piero. And we know that they were going off to kill Sokolov. And we know that... Piero wasn't mentioned at all. Oh dear, poor BG has been auto-modded. Let me have a pause and see what's going on. SP says, I'm one who gives excessive exposition about world building stuff 9% of players don't care about, the remaining 10% find really interesting. That is me as a DM, yeah, or as an NPC. BG. Yes, that is okay. Hang on, I need to let that through for one thing. There we go. You're right. That is exactly like that when the orcs are sort of just supremely overconfident. Let's drop a save while we're here. is, I believe that the route I'm taking through this level should make it fairly easy. We're gonna get this sound effect a lot. Oh my god, there's so many people here. Sheesh.
There is evidence that Anton Sokolov was held here against his will for some time. We can't determine what happened to him. I'll bet my conditions would have no job. If so, arrest him. But I don't want him harmed until I get to the bottom of all this. Careful. The place may be booby-trapped and I want him alive. What else?
Yes, sir. The servants were all executed shortly before we arrived. Looks like a naval cutlass and a small bore pistol. Corvo ran amok as we left.
Turn this building inside out. And it goes without saying, this area is secret.
Don't walk at all points.
Stay vigilant. Corvo's the most dangerous man in the Empire. He has nowhere else to go.
Yes, they are currently blaming me for all of the executions that took place. Where are these guys going? Are they coming this way? They might be coming this way. I need my spring razor. Just in case. Oh, okay. Ow. So that could have gone better.
Where'd he go? Damn it! Someone's down.
That could have gone a lot better. I'll be honest. Yeah, we've been instructed to... Oh, I say instructed. The game is instructing us to look for Emily.
I know you're here.
And we see Emily has left us this lovely drawing of our mask. This is the one of the drawings that I've been waiting to see for a while. It's a very different drawing between high chaos and low chaos. You get this horrible, scary mask image if you're on high chaos, and on low chaos you get like a lovely, charming scene of her with you. But she's left us a letter. Remember before when I mentioned the special drawing I was working on? This is it. I don't know where you went. I hope when you get back you see this and like it. I'd like to take it to Dunwall Tower with us. Everyone's acting strange tonight. Samuel was whispering to Callista about a flare launcher she was supposed to use to call him. He told her to lock the door to my old tower. I heard the Admiral tell the others we are leaving tonight for a place called the Lighthouse on King Sparrow Island. A species, I don't know what's up with automod today. That's not a thing that would normally get automodded. Yeah, so we now know that there's a signal flare around that was something to do with Callista. I guess everything's alright. Damn, nothing after all. Make up your mind. Yeah, if we trundle around this way, we can find out what's going on with Piero.
It's refreshing to converse with someone on my own level.
Agree more. Your expulsion from the academy was a crime against natural philosophy itself.
Oh look, these two like each other now.
Out at the time, but it's pointless to hold a grudge. I want to ask you.
We'll need that later.
Yes, and I need to discuss your tonic. Why have you not tried the homeopathic solution?
And where am I to find the subject?
Why have you not tried the homeopathic solution? Because it don't work, you numpty.
You do. But it's forced me to work with another agent derived from...
The river crusts, yes. I'd guessed as much. But I think our approaches may...
I also like how
reinforce
this
is what we've
conversation
been
is supposed to, like, involve them cutting each other off and replying to each other. It just doesn't.
Corvo, good to see that you still
Hi.
breathe. The city would not be the same if you were not with us. I I've completed Piero's work on an arc pylon, but only just.
With this device, we can send a powerful electrical signal through the nervous system.
So yeah, Piero has invented a non-lethal arc pylon.
Or they can be reduced to ashes.
An optional non-lethal
so
arc
we
pylon.
will be safe from the functions of the device. It will only trigger in the presence of our enemies. This arc pylon is more powerful than the older design. It will function at a greater range, striking down our foes while ignoring us. I need my final sequence, which is recorded in the blueprint for this device. Havelock was inspecting it before the killing started. Return the blueprint to me. It was in his bedroom before he left. Hopefully, it's still there. You may navigate the fields of battle with ease, but Sokolov and I are not as gifted in the same way. Without the arc pylon, it is only a matter of time before they put an end to us. We can get this device working, or you can go out and remove our enemies one by one, whichever you think is best.
So yeah, they have an arc pylon which will just clear the entire level, which is why this is going to be a super quick level. And I've already picked up the blueprints. It was a really easy route. It would have been a lot easier if I hadn't accidentally got involved in that fight upstairs.
The arc pylon is complete. Now to activate it.
With this device, we can.
And now he's going to say the exact same thing word for word
nearly rendering our enemies unconscious.
as Piero
Or
just
they can
did.
be reduced to ashes.
What is your opinion, Corvo?
Well, we are obviously going to reduce them to ashes because this is our
I should have guessed you'd want to act.
this is our maximum rats
It's a simple
playthrough.
adjustment, and we will be ready.
But yeah, so this is the only way. This arc pylon here in this level is the only way in the whole game where you
All
can
is
non-lethally take down the tall boy,
All
which is
that
interesting.
remains is plugging in a whale oil tank to power it. Will you do the honor?
When this arc pylon is charged, no one will dare come near us.
We also got a little thingy.
Dreams were accurate. Conspiracy, just a nest of worms. All is falling to ruin, and even the great Piero's days are numbered as hounds scratch at his door. If only I had enough whale oil in here to set off a pyre equal to my brilliance.
Even as he's about to die, Piero is like the most arrogant man. I am super sorry to hear that, species. I can't guarantee there won't be loud noises. I don't know of any time when this game gets like particularly loud and bangy, apart from maybe when I do the thing that I'm literally just about to do. So be aware. But yeah, if I just hop up to the roof. There we go. So yeah, this arc pylon is so powerful it needs 3 tanks to power it. And you can see it's very jury-rigged.
Amazing, simply amazing. Destruction on a grand scale.
Well, these guys are such
Defies
psychopaths.
description. So many lives silenced in an instant.
Absolute utter psychopaths. All of them. We did it!
We once discussed a system of signals to be used in Emily's tower for communication across the river. I wonder if he remembers that.
That's true, I can be turned down. So yeah, so we now have the run of the place. There might still be some river crusts in the sewers, but other than that, all the enemies are gone. So we just need to sort of flick through, visit the checkpoints, loot everything that isn't nailed down. Uh-oh. Ow. Okay, that's fine. I didn't get injured.
Attention Dunwall citizens. Hiram Burrow, formerly the Lord Regent, has confessed heinous crimes against the people of
Nothing up here.
He shall be confined to the Coldridge Prison until the proper authorities decide his sentence.
I like that the game hasn't registered that even though I did expose Hiram's crimes, I did also kill him. That's kind of funny, in a way. Check everything. I don't know that there is very much loot here to get. But there might be some. I've already checked Havelock Pendleton's rooms. Stuck on everything. Loot. No loot. Oh, of course, all of the bodies might have loot on them. Species says, it's the stuff I can't do anything about. The crimes my nerves. It's like he's drilling right into my skull. Oh, Pat. Oh, dear. But yeah, here's Havelock's orders. We track the conspiracy to the Halbert's pub, search the premises for the natural philosophers Pierre Joplin and Anton Sokolov. Do what you must to secure all materials. Question them thoroughly. Once you're certain you have everything they know of, execute them both. Bring the pylon to me along with his papers and recordings. I'm keeping Empress Emily Caldwell with me at the lighthouse until we're certain that Corvo and his fellow conspirators have been properly dealt with. So yeah, Havelock's position is basically that that me and all of the, like, as I say, common folk conspirators did all the conspiracy together, and he just sort of found Emily, basically. Here's another list of telling everyone just in case we hadn't found it another way. Put the corpses in bags and keep them in the backyard. Do not disturb or search the bodies in any other way. And it says Samuel is missing, to be killed on sight. Alright. We've got basically everything. I'm glad it does make you feel better, species. And I do not mind at all. Let's hop down in here. Put on this just in case there are river crusts. Or weepers, I guess. Doesn't look like there are.
At last. Time to leave this hovel for some place befitting my station. Now, all the good families of the Empire will look up to Pendleton. Wallace, before your meeting with Havelock downstairs, I want you to haul this to the boat for me. I'll be recording the most important shots in the next few days.
So yeah, even knowing that like Havelock was about to kill Wallace, he's still like, Wallace, do this for me. Wallace, do that for me. What a lovely guy. There we go. There's a river crust. What have I got on? 6. Okay. Any others? Doesn't look like there's any others. That might be one at the end there. Let's have a look-see in here. Just in case there's any loot. Doesn't look like it. Uh-oh, I fell in the water. Come on, open. There we go. Gotcha. Alright. Got that. We've cleared out the sewers. Oops. Alright, and now here's where the bodies are! Yay! Here's Callista. Has a note from Samuel. Fret not, I believe there's still hope. I don't believe Corvo is gone. I'll be searching the river for him. If you catch wind of him, shoot up a flare using the launcher I placed in Emily's tower. Keep this tower locked and take care of yourself. Emily's gonna need you. Yep, she's not getting him. Here's Pendleton's last note to Wallace. This evening, the staff will be rewarded for their loyalty and service. Lovely guy. And yeah, Lydia didn't even have anything on her. Poor Lydia.
Not liking the look of this one bit.
That party died down inside awful fast. And now they called all the staff together. They said one more package for me to deliver. But I think I'll be keeping station at a safe distance from the riverbank and keep an eye on things for a while.
Samuel's a bit canny. But he says, makes you wonder why those notes were left on the body. The instructions from Havelock were that no one was to search the bodies or disturb them in any way.
Emily banged her head in the confusion. They dragged her crying into the waiting boat. She called your name. You are like the rivermen. They spread their nets wide and pull up all manner of things. The sweet, the deadly, poisonous, all together in one cache. Your usefulness is spent. They long for news of your death.
Yeah, the heart has some things to say.
But they pulled the child from her arms. Oh, the curses she spat at them.
Oh, I can't get into Sokolov's place. That's fine. One less place to search for loot. In fact, I think we've done all the loot searching we really need to do. So let's hoixie up the chain. Your heart also has things to say. Oh, what does your heart have to say, BG? That's a real sweet way of putting it.
Well, Corvo, I hope we can be considered colleagues again. You were condemned, I was kidnapped. Men like us rise above such things.
I love
As to the
him.
good admiral,
Oh.
I believe men such as Havelock start with high-minded intentions. Same
Well, it
with
sounds like
Martin,
Morse
maybe
code,
even
BG.
Pendleton.
Or maybe
Though I
binary?
suspect he was just lazy. But no one is prepared for the sheer seductive influence of being so close to real power.
Who says you're not allowed
Once you
to say
start
King
ordering
Girl?
people killed to get your way, everything else is mere detail.
Oh yeah, we can also chop these guys up if we want to.
I'll make what you need as long as I have the necessary materials.
But yeah, this is basically our last chance to get stuff from Piero. It looks like we have brought him a new upgrade, which is nice because we've got loads of cash, and we might sort of just as well fill up on everything else. We are completely full on everything. We have 4,095 coins that we will not be able to spend ever. Actually, let's just say goodbye.
Goodbye, Corvo. I wish to apologize for what was done to you. It seems that holding all the pieces and standing a step
King
from
Girl.
the throne changed something in the others. Something I don't understand. Don't underestimate Havelock, Corvo. He'll be waiting.
Yeah, I think it's interesting that for all Piero's faults, he can't understand. He can't empathize exactly with Havelock's power hungriness. Oh, there's also a huge amount of supplies in here.
I hope you find it. I'm devastated. The girl I've been caring for is gone. Emily is her name. Yes, that Emily. Daughter to the Empress. She's gone. They took her away in a boat this morning. I don't know where, and her hair hadn't been combed.
Hadn't been combed. Oh, Pat. Oh, bless you. Also, hi, Yowie. How's it going? I hope you're also having a lovely day. Or else. Oh, dear. Yeah, we can shoot this off. Whee! And then you'll see Samuel will boat into view from just around the corner. He really wasn't hidden that far away. But it was just far enough. We are going to blinkies down here, and I'm going to set up a poll, which people who don't know the game will not understand the reason for the poll, but it will become apparent very, very soon. I promise. Just want to check out this area for loot. Elsa's having an even better day, I see. Gail says, Dog is having a barky day. I think the headache he's causing means I'll also be taking Elsa. Oh, Pat. Oh dear. It's a day for noises, apparently. Yeah. But yeah, so, just scouring this. Okie doke. Samuel.
Thought I'd find you here. It never pays to bet against you, does it?
Nope.
I saw the signal. I knew you'd be back, Corvo. I knew it. We should start off soon.
been feeling something in my bones, and if it's plague, well, I can't be counted on to drive this boat much longer.
So yeah, poor old Samuel has plague. You're gonna have to bear with me for a sec while I set up a poll. Which does unfortunately rely on Twitch loading up and not being slow, which is not what it's good at, because what it's good at is being real slow. Okay, so the poll question is, all traitors must die, question mark. Okay, poll is up. We are going to be heading off to some cutscene and submission stuff. Hi there, Transfights. Thank you so much for redeeming the Moisturize. I will get onto that once I've started up cutscenes and stuff. Hello? There we go.
Then it's one more trip across the river to where it meets the sea. That's where
I'll
the
get
Lord
on
Regent is building
some
his new
hand
lighthouse.
gooping.
Ought to be something to see.
And yeah, so that was another mission. Like, they really didn't need that to be one whole mission. They could have just cut the flooded district mission off the Dowd and then had everything else be this mission. But they didn't for some reason. I don't know why. But we found the one rune that was there, the only interesting thing worth finding. We found most of the coins that were there. There wasn't even that much money in that mission. Hey ho, we are gonna hit continue and I'm gonna do some hanky pin. Oh, it made a little splutting noise. That didn't come through on the mic.
The island is a bloody mess. Looks like they fought. Maybe over Emily just after they landed. I'll bet the Admiral's got her locked up in the lighthouse somewhere.
So yeah, this is King Sparrow Island, and King Sparrow Lighthouse in particular.
Someplace, doing his best to drink himself to death. I suspect it's Martin's got the lighthouse.
It's a huge fortress. Also, my hands are now gooped.
So the Admiral's power mad, Martin's a snake, and Lord Pendleton is a coward. And you, Corvo, the things you've done, you could be the worst of us.
I have killed quite a lot of people.
With you. Now get off my boat. I'd wish you good luck, but I'd be lying.
So yeah, hi Chaos. He's not very friendly to us.
No better than these traitors. That's why I'm gonna tell them you're coming.
And then the last thing he does is fire a shot off into the sky. And now you'll know why I had to ask what we do with traitors. It's currently a 50-50 split in the poll, but yeah, so Samuel up till this point has been the one exception to the fact that we're allowed to kill members of the Loyalist conspiracy now. But now we're here, we don't need him anymore. We can absolutely get rid of Samuel as punishment for betraying us. And that's up to you. I should have made this poll a little bit shorter. I was guesstimating how long cutscenes and hand gooping would take. We unfortunately don't have that long of a window, which is why I've paused it, because he will just pilot his boat away. But not if they're nice. So not killing Samuel is currently ahead in the poll. Alright, Yowie's off. Well, thank you so much for stopping by and wishing everyone a good day. Transfer says, I'm not having a good day. I'm at the office in useless meetings. Oh, boo. Boo to office and also boo to useless meetings. I mean, boo to useful meetings as well, but at least they're useful. Boo especially to useless meetings. But yes, so we are now here at the very beginning of the actual last mission. It currently looks like sparing Samuel is winning. So I'm going to hit resume and let him start to pilot away. we have an explosive bullet, and we have an incendiary bolt, which I always think is kind of the worst way to kill someone if we change our minds, but it's not looking likely that we're going to. He's really slowly piloting away. While we sit here in the radial menu. It actually stresses me out to no end when when menus in general aren't pauses. Even if they're like slowed down. Like, it's better if they're slowed down, but it's not perfect. Explosive bullets sound useful. From what I remember, they're not as useful as you'd think. But I mean, we're gonna get some chances to try them because he's summoned some guards to us with his gunshots. So we'll find out. But yeah, you'll see. He's brought this guy to us. Bop! Uh-oh. Woo-hoo! Okay, yeah. So he also alerted the watchtower there. That's not the best of news. But yeah, this is Kingsbarrow Island. It's hell. It's genuinely hell. It's pretty bad on low chaos, but it's extra hell on high chaos. It's just the worst. As you can see, there's all sorts of so-called defenses around. Our first task is to penetrate this wall, which there's only like 2 ways in. It's real bad. I've also got to tab out just so I can minimize OBS, otherwise it's going to make everything chug for everyone. Nope, not that one. That one. There we go. Yeah, first order of business is dealing with that watchtower. Wow, second order of business, because first order of business was killing all of them folks that got summoned by Samuel. What's particularly bad about this mission? Well, there's 2 things that are particularly bad about this mission. One is it has respawning enemies, which I hate, as you know, in this game. I think this is definitely the sort of game that shouldn't have respawning enemies in it. What is your path, watchtower? Okay, you're tilting back. Okey-doke, up we go. I want to pop. Just let the tower deal with most of the enemies. The other thing is that although there is some degree of choice in here, there's not a lot of degree of choice in this mission. Like, the ways in are, there's one there and there's one there. And they're both really hard to get to and do. Okie doke. Because we're us, I probably want to... I probably want to sort of examine the areas around both anyway. Yeah, the tower will keep most of the place clear of enemies, at least around here. There's this guy. Don't know. But we've now got the arc pylon working for us. It's good. There we go, that got him. Oh, he actually spotted me. That was sneaky. Okay, so there's 2 guys left up here. I don't think they're likely to run into arc pylon range. But luckily, he was quite happy to just wander away from any of his friends. So yeah, we can just sneak around kind of freely underneath if we need to, which is nice. But there's only... oh no. So yeah, I think the Overseer here is someone who's just respawned, possibly. Up. Oh, come on, get me up. Wow, that guy was particularly unobservant. Oh, yep. See, there's the respawning guards. Ow! Oh, he snuck up behind me. Ah! God, the respawning enemies are so annoying! I don't know if you saw just then, but like 3 people were there, and then I killed 2 of them, and then there were 3 people there. It's just the absolute worst. I genuinely don't understand it as like a design decision for this game. That's also why the tower over there doesn't like stop at any point. Because the enemies over there are also respawning. It's just such a bad decision. Such a bad decision. Anyway, if we get up here, we can stick this guy. And this will let us mostly deal with the enemies who respawn on this side. Because they'll come out, they'll walk through this wall of light, and then they'll get instantly vaporized because it now works for us. Burp. Species says, to be fair, whenever they kill you, you also respawn. That is true, I guess. The difference is that me respawning is because I didn't actually canonically die. Whereas they respawn just to be awkward. And yeah, there's a door here, but you need a key for it, and I don't think you can get the key from this side. Yeah, so the wall of lights are now both working for us, that's fine. Can head out. Now we can sneak up this way. And yeah, there's no money loot anymore because... Why did I get a scarecrow there? There's no money loot anymore because there's no, there's no shop anymore.
The view is nice up here. I'm not moving. Don't try to act brave, you worthless piece of inbred shit. Come and get me if you're so strong. Stupid blue blood. Let's see how you like this. Martin, you couldn't hit me if I was standing next to you. Now I'll see.
Boop.
Excellent move, Corvo. I need more men.
So yeah, that's one of them down. That's Martin down. He's shot Pendleton, you'll see. Pendleton's quite happy. Yeah, these guys have respawned again. I just need to wait for everything to kind of quieten down a little bit over here. But yeah, so the enemies in this area also respawn. Pretty much every enemy in the whole map respawns. And because there's not really much loot to get... Oh... Because there's not really much loot to get. Like, there's a rune. We don't have to be very thorough in a way. Uh-oh, he's gonna see me. Boop. Okay, so yeah. Martin is number one down. This is the easiest way to get him, is in the middle of this cutscene. Because he's just sort of stood out in the open. Oh, hello. Uh-oh. Oh, sod. I got spotted by the worst guy to get spotted by. Oh my god! Get me up! Ah! That was terrible. That was... I'm not sure why my thingy isn't working. Maybe the Overseer is doing his magic somewhere. But yeah, just this place is just annoying. I think the Overseer with the box might not respawn. Possibly. Oh, hello. Utter swine. I thought he was looking the other way. Ow. Yeah, the box does also hurt me. I just hate everything about this, I'll be honest. Everything about this level really sucks. Like, why have you bothered giving me these doors if there's no keys for me to find? Why are these areas all areas that I can't clear? You know? How did this guy get through the bloody wall of light?
We got a prowler on the loose. There's no one making rounds over there. Oh, I'll find you. Shout if you see him.
Ugh. So many here.
I know you're here.
Because they keep respawning, this is just the most obnoxious gate to get through.
Sharp, we got a prowler. She has to see reason.
Where's the other one gone?
Someone's supposed to be on.
Who knows?
I'll write to her again. She has to see reason. Okay, Stars, to me.
That's where you went. Okay, that's fine. Can't come through here. Get wrecked. But you saw that there were 3 people up here, and 3 people are dead, and that guy's still around. Because like the respawning is just so obnoxious. It really is that bad. How did he not die? How did he not die from that? But yeah, luckily there are levers for some of the doors at least. I think you can technically open every door in this. It's just most of them you can only get the keys for them after they've been useful. Oh, there's this way. I always forget about this way. Oh no, wait. This is. Yeah. So this way is another way you can like get in. Where is this? I always forget where this is. Where am I? I actually don't know where I am.
Could the city get any worse?
Indeed, I believe so.
Oh, I hate it when I get myself with my own spring razors. Oh, it's down here. That's where you get in there from. I always forget that there is a moderately nice way. Yeah, so Pendleton.
For the restless hand shall be raised against the common good.
Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Okay. I don't know if this guy respawns because he's got the box, so we've just stuck him. Hopefully he won't come back. It shouldn't matter anyway, but just in case. Yeah, the only pickups kind of worth having at this point are the one rune and then health and mana pickups. Normally I take this slower and I do lots of save scumming to get through this area like undetected, but I'm trying to avoid doing too much save scumming, as we know. What does this do? Oh. That's real handy. Okay. Where's that room? It's there. Okay. That is probably the last rune of the game? So, what have we got? I have 4 runes. What do we want to do with 4 runes? Health regeneration is improved. Probably worthwhile at this stage. Because we are going into the last level. Ah, here we go. So this is the sort of the nominally intended route into where Pendleton is. Basically, like every one of the loyalists has their own set of guards, and they're all at war with each other. They have their own set of guards, they're all at war with each other.
I wish I'd say goodbye to my kids, but I didn't know. I thought we had already won.
I still say his lordship was right to try for the girl. The admiral was just faster.
His lordship's landed us right in the shit now.
You're right there. Havelock up top, Martin at the gates, and us in the middle. Our man.
Yeah, so Martin has sort of seized the outer area where we just shot him in, and he controls the walls and the courtyards, and then Pendleton controls this tower, which is between the outer walls and the Admiral up in the lighthouse, and then the Admiral himself has the lighthouse. And there's probably relatively nice ways around with a rat. But I don't. But like I said, I don't really know many of the ways around with rat holes because I don't use them very often.
That bastard's done me in. I should have killed them all when I had the chance.
Ow. Ow.
First my brothers, now me. It's my own fault. And now cousin Celia's got me. That's the worst of it. Been a decent captain. A little slow on the draw yesterday, I have to say. But decent.
Yes, my lord. Sorry, my lord.
But yeah, so here's Pendleton up with his captain. It turns out Martin absolutely did manage to successfully hit him. I want this captain guy if I can. It's not going to make it easy for me. double this guy. He's the sort of person who I feel like was meant to be a more noteworthy character, but we've never met him before, and he's not named, I don't think. Oh yeah, Pendleton's here dying.
I knew you would get here. Well, you're too late. I'm already dying without your help. A stray bullet. I'll never know who.
It was Martin's. We watched him
What
shoot
could I offer
you.
anyway? You want money? Well, I'm broke. Women, maybe? Everyone knows you were screwing the Empress. You like noble women. You should meet my cousin Celia.
Oh yeah, so he dies on his own. Without our help, once we let Martin shoot him. And this is a little sort of hint as to an alternative way you can get to him. If you have like Super Blink, you can kind of go up to some of the walls and the ramparts. There's lots of area up here, but none of it's very useful. And all of these guards on the walls all respawn. So like, there's just no point in us tangling with them. We can't actually kill them all. Martin usually hangs out there, in that room. I nearly walked off there. So this, if you get Pendleton first, you can then just go here and then like have a straight shot on Martin if you want. He says, "Can you shoot to claim the kill?" Oh, I mean, probably you can. Yeah, so that's 2 out of the 3 loyalists down. All we have left is Havelock. And I think we can hear that there is another arc pylon around somewhere. Yeah, it's there. Yeah, basically, okay, so the guards in like this section don't really respawn so much. Although there are quite a lot of them. Yeah, by far and away the easiest way through this section is just to do that. And we can continue on underneath. We don't even need to actually do the arc pylon from there. We can just bypass them. But somewhere around we'll need the elevator key. I can't remember where it is. But yeah, we are barreling towards the end of this mission. Probably on you, if I had to guess. No. Oh well, we can just skip the elevator key by just hopping in the top. There was a remedy around somewhere that I would like to get if I can. Then I'm about to ask everyone to help me make the final, most sadistic of choices. Where was that remedy? I'm sure it was in this tower bit somewhere. What's out here? Is there anything out here? I've never looked. Oh, okay. Remedy. I'm sure we saw a remedy. Where was it? I don't want to go too far back. There it was. Alright. That was the wrong one. Never mind. It's fine. We are so close to the end of the game that it really doesn't matter. Normally this mission takes a lot longer, but I happen to mostly know my way around. And I also, in particular, I know that there's not anything really worth looting, which helps. Like, if you don't shoot Martin out in the courtyard, if you're trying to be a bit more sneaky than that, it takes longer to sneak up to him. But yeah, I think you might be able to use this to... Can you bypass Lord Pendleton altogether with this? Yeah, I guess you can. Don't even need to deal with him. I think he and Martin are optional. Yeah, I can't remember where the key is, but there's a way in through the top, so we don't actually need the key. And here we are, at the end of the game. The Burrows Lighthouse, so called because of course it was built by the old Spymaster in his brief tenure as Lord Regent. The leaders of the Loyalist conspiracy have moved to Monumental Lighthouse, the final military project devised by the Lord Regent. They're holding Emily as they struggle to tighten their hold over the city. It's time to confront them, decide their fates, and determine the future of Dunwall. You'd think, honestly, that they'd have someone like watching the lighthouse to see if anyone comes up, considering that he's at war with Pendleton and Martin. But hey ho, they didn't. I'm gonna set up one more poll in chat, which means you guys are gonna have to forgive me for a sec. It's a It's a poll for the very end of the game, and this chooses between the bad ending and the very bad ending. You can probably guess from the poll options what it actually means. But just in case you can't, I will let you work it out. But yeah, the two poll options are rats or children. Vote away, chats. Vote for how we end our maximum rats high chaos run. You'll also notice we don't need the key for the doors now, they just open automatically. Oh, this guy here is the funniest guy in the game to kill as well. No, I need to move forward, please. Ah! Oh, karma. Karma struck! Yeah, you can slide tackle this guy off as he has a little pee off the edge of the lighthouse, which I find quite amusing. Oops. Bye. Conveniently, lots of good ways to dispose of bodies here. I thought she retired. I don't get that joke, unfortunately. I think there is a sneaky, like... Because the obvious way is to just go up the paths, but I think you can go, like, up the crane, and then onto that to skip quite a lot of this area. Where the hell did you come from? Also, how did you not see me stood out here on this crane? Oh well, doesn't matter. But yeah, you can skip most of this area by going up there. And I don't think you ever get like into a guard's sightline if you do that. Oh, that was an interesting... yeah, lightning. Lightning happened. Wrestler Karma, better known as Awesome Kong. Unfortunately, I've never heard of that, because I don't really follow wrestling. Yeah, so this was the Lord Regent's final project. Oh, that's handy to have, because I accidentally spent one. We're not going to use it, because I don't think there's any more enemies left in the game now. I think this is it. But you'll see he's built this massive, heavily fortified lighthouse castle, And then there's a really luxurious, opulent, like, palace thing on top of it. And you'll see that we still have a statue to him up here. I'm fairly sure there's nobody left alive in here. And if you are on low chaos, this is actually the area where the game ends. But on high chaos, we get to go past and see some more of the game. Not a lot more. Oh, there's coins here. I don't know why there's coins here. Because there's no shop. I didn't think there was any coins at all in this level, but apparently there's 3 coins there. You'll see they've got a classic Hiram Burroughs style big old map of the city. In fact, this might even be where you see Hiram Burroughs, like in the void, where you see him. Here's a book about the lighthouse that we've already seen a few times. And you see there is a worrying trail of blood going towards the stairs, and it's quite well apportioned. Lovely bathroom. A sink for infinite mana if we need some. And you'll see that the blood trail starts in this room, which was obviously being used to house Emily, which is even worse news. And they gave her a book about her own mum. Yes, I think most trails of blood are worrying to some degree. That's true. That's very true. How are we doing on the old poll, everyone? We are nearly out. We've got 2 votes for rats and 1 vote for children. Oops. I like when I alt tab out, the alt button obviously fires and seems to be my thing. He's also got this fancy like war map which shows a little bit more of the islands. This might be actually the biggest world map you get in this game. But yeah, there's us, Dunwall. There's White Cliff, which is where the litany on the White Cliff and the Overseer stuff happened. I don't think any of the other place names here are like named. Like, I don't think they're story noteworthy. Guess that's what can I say. I want this bleeding heart liberals. Oh dear. Oh, and we also have a secondary announcement place, just in case we needed one. Another book on admirals. You'll say this place is disturbingly quiet and empty.
Done such things, cowardly things that I'm ashamed of. How could anyone ever forgive us? Would they? Even if things are better?
Uh-oh.
No, that's not how it works. Once the bureaucrats step in, everything gets muddy. If anyone ever knew, we'd all lose our heads for this. So no one can know. And could we ever control Emily with Corvo around? That's the question that sticks in my mind. We need to make our final move, and we need to make it clear. No loose ends. Only a few in the know. The ones with the most.
So yeah, you see, this is his log from like his thinking about why they're gonna kill everyone. Interesting, they have this billiards table with like eggs in it. I guess they play a different version of billiards in this universe. But we are going to work our way past this lovely conservatory.
Quiet! And move already, child.
You see, Havelock is up there. And you guys voted. You guys voted for rats, not children.
Hold still, stupid girl.
Let me go!
Stay where you are, Corvo, or I jump.
Corvo! Save me!
Quiet! Being whooped.
That's Havelock gone. Off he goes. And here's Emily. Bye! And that's the end of the game. Overall chaos, current total, high. Yep. You guys voted for rats, not children, so we now get to have the highest rats ending of the game. Oh dear.
I don't know about you, Corvo, but I've had a lovely time. Intrigue and mystery, butchery and betrayal, the death throes of an empire. And you were an avenging spirit, spreading chaos at every turn.
She looks like she's having a whale of a
The
time.
city's feeding on itself now. Liars and merchants and nobles, like maggots on a carcass. Soon will be nothing left for the rats.
Also, this music is probably going to get me, like, copyright struck. There's Samuel out at sea, facing a giant wave.
It's just as well. The Empire was dying already, completely rotten. All that was needed was the right man to send it over the edge. But now, you'll be off over the horizon on an outbound ship. I wonder, are you chasing something or running away?
So yeah, that's the worst ending. There's the bad ending and the worst ending. We got the worst ending. The game does absolutely just let you not save Emily. It's very easy to save Emily. And I will probably show you all, like, the not quite as bad but still high chaos ending as well, after we've sat through the credits. And the Vodlings won't be hearing any of this, because it'll all be muted for the copyright music. He says, I wish action in this game affected the second game. Would be cool to see a desolate city if you did a high chaos playthrough. It would be really cool. I can understand why they didn't do that, because... like, even the high chaos ending where Emily lives is still pretty bad. And in the end, it would probably only really change, like, one mission. But the premise of, like, the second game where someone comes in to take over the Empire doesn't really work so well if the heart of the Empire is already dead already. It says, I'm not 100% sure this is worse than high chaos saving Emily. Interesting. Considering, like, everyone dies kind of horribly in this version of the ending. I would definitely say this is the worst bad ending. But, I mean, I'll show you the other bad ending as well, just so you can compare, because we have plenty of time. And I will probably find something to do after this, because we're only an hour and a quarter into the stream. And yeah, you can see lots of interesting artwork and scenery, including lots of things and places that don't happen in the real game. Like, there's never that. That doesn't happen in the base game. You never see Cecilia in her, like, weird little jacket and hat combo. You never see Samuel sat outside the Golden Cat, even though they definitely were planning for him to go outside the Golden Cat. Because there's, like, river there and everything. Yeah, says Total Anarchy versus Evil Empress. Not sure which is the worst option. I think the Evil Empress is the better option simply because some people, like, survive. I mean, it is interesting to hear that chat has a different opinion on this to me. He says, with how many rats there are, I feel like any ending would lead to the rats eating everyone. The low chaos ending Piero and Sokolov... Actually, I don't know what happens if you kill Piero and Sokolov and then get the low chaos ending. I've never tried that. But in the normal low chaos ending, Piero and Sokolov work together and create like a super formula, which actually cures the plague. And the low chaos ending is the canon ending, because in Dishonored 2, Emily is the Empress, and like the rat plague is over. But also there is the S&J solution, which replaces the Sokolov elixir. And the S&J solution is what they worked on together to cure the rat plague. And there's the new what's the word I'm looking for? The new health potion, there we go. And it's interesting because Piero doesn't appear in the second game, and Sokolov does, even though Piero is ostensibly the slightly more sympathetic one in this, although not by much. Not by very much at all. Only by virtue of being on the main character's side rather than being on the enemy's side. But yeah, I do like to sit through the credits and listen. So it's lovely to see all the human people who went into making this. Obviously, we're past like the main big swingers. We're now into HR and administration. But like, they made it happen too. Like Bernice... Oh, Goose? Dice? Bernice Guise just has such a nice rhyme to it that I hope it's Guise, but I don't know. I don't know how you pronounce that name. Have you gone into administration? Yeah, Kingo, the stream's broke, so if you could sub while it's still September, and the stream's not actually broke. That feels very like predatory and manipulative to say. Stream's not actually broke. I'm a bit broke, but the stream is fine. But yeah, if you wanna help us out of administration that we're apparently in, you can click a donate link underneath. You can subscribe while it's still September, etc. Every little thing helps. Thank you, Kingo, so much for helping me plug as well. Oh, I'm a cheeky one. Oh no! I still have my... Oh dear! I still have my Jingle Jam link up. Whoops! I should go and disable that. I didn't even realize that was still running. I can't like easily disable it and have the game up as well. Uh-oh. Okay, I think I accidentally, while trying to tab out, I think I accidentally like closed the credits, but it's fine. All right, we're gonna reload and do just that last little bit so that you can see what the
Did you learn anything in your short life? Empresses are pieces on the board, and an empress can sometimes die. Everything has come to nothing. Plague will take us all.
I should set up a tip command. You're right, King Girl. There's not a command. You just have to scroll down, and there should be a tip link somewhere.
Corvo's killed a lot of people, but he's terrible at saving empresses.
Corvo's killed a lot of people, but he's terrible at saving empresses.
No! He loves me and he is my friend, and I am the Empress!
I like how they subtitle her biting.
I think we'll go now, you and me, into the history books.
Oh yeah, so if you just let him, he will just jump there with Emily. So you can pick Emily up off of the side if you want. Or if you possess him, she'll like run back inside. And interestingly, she knows that it's magic. I don't actually know what he's gonna do here. Is he gonna fight me? He is gonna fight me. Ow! Ow! He seems to have the advantage because he's on the stairs. Wait, hang on. Incendiary. There we go. Yeah, so Emily will recognize that you use magic, which is interesting in and of itself. And then she'll run and hide. And accidentally sink through the floor a little bit, but that's fine.
I always knew you would come. You're my hero.
Yep.
The others are all dead, aren't they? That's alright, because I was going to have them killed anyway. I am going to be Empress.
Hell yeah. We corrupted a little girl into being evil. Go us. Okay, apparently there's 187 coins to be found in this mission. Who knew? And now we get a different ending, which is not the real ending that we got, because we chose to kill Emily, but this is what would have happened if we didn't.
Tell us that the daughter of a murdered empress ascended the throne up a mountain of corpses, carried by an assassin named Corvo? No. They'll say that little Emily Caldwin the First came to power in an age of terror and corruption, and that she did her best in a world that is not kind to little girls or empresses.
I think they don't, Kingo, but I couldn't say for certain without directly comparing them. So poor Samuel still gets swept away by a giant tidal wave. It's not that different to the not evil ending. To the evilest ending, even.
But whether the stories told mention you by name or not, she will remember you were there, Corvo.
Yeah, she remembers you, she buries you next to her mother. The city still seems to be at least partially intact. Yeah, we're not going to sit through the song a second time. Hopefully that won't have been enough to get a meet on it, but it might have been. Yeah, that was... Speak says, wait, how did you die though? Presumably of old age. Although it's interesting because, of course, Granny Rags never died of old age when she had the Outsider's Mark. So, and it grants some kind of longevity and defenses. But obviously it didn't make me like immortal. It's never said how we die in that ending, just that we do. I think it's safe to assume that it was of old age, because Emily is quite old in that shot. Like, she is an older woman. I don't know if I'd say she's elderly, but she's certainly older. I thought maybe she killed you because you were too powerful. I don't think that's supposed to be the takeaway. But yeah, that was Dishonored. I actually had forgotten how quick that final mission can be if you're not being like thorough and sneaky. And yeah, that leaves us with about an hour and a half still to go. King says there does seem to be some variety between what people with the Outsider's gifts can do. Yes, there's quite a lot of variety. Corvo and Emily, who can get marked in the second game, they have similar-ish skill sets. Partly perhaps because they're related, and partly just because, like, they're the protagonists of the game. Dowd also has a very similar skill set to Corvo because he's supposed to be like this parallel of Corvo. So Dowd has a version of Blink. He has a small he has the bend time and stuff like that. I think he gets agility and vitality as well. He might even get adrenaline, I'm not sure. So some of them have more similar powers, but some of the enemies, like say the Brigmore Witches or Granny Rags, have very different powers. You know, Granny does sort of more traditional sorcery kind of thing. She uses pentacles and rituals and stuff, and she's all focused around rats, and she can summon mist and things like that. It says also seems like it might just be the outsider didn't give you a Dowd longevity. Yeah, that's my assumption. We know that Dowd has resistance to toxins at least a little bit. Maybe Corvo does too, considering he does survive the poisoning, although maybe that's just because Samuel helped. Corvo certainly has a lot of health. Even before you get the upgrade powers to that, he has a lot of health. He can take a lot of sword hits. Maybe that's the Outsider's fault, maybe it's not. But yeah, so like I said, we've got an hour and a half left. One of the things I would like to do is decide what we're doing next in our Man Hit Mondays, currently on Wednesdays slot. We've played through Dishonored. There is DLC for Dishonored. How do I start? How do I start the DLC? There we go, downloadable content. Yeah, so there is DLC. There's the Dunwall City Trials, which is not worth doing from what I remember. There's the Knife of Dunwall, which I've played all the way through, and you play as Dowd. And this one and the Brigwell Witches are like two parts of a story that focus around Dowd. And you play as Dowd, and it's interesting, and it's more like the main game. I could fire up Dunwall City Trials, I guess. But yeah, it's just like challenges. So like mystery foe. It's just a little challenge run. I'll see if I can I'll see if I can do a quick one of this for you. But the later ones are just stuff like kill as many enemies as you can. In generic area. What stuff do I have? Okay, it's giving me a selection of... Oh, I don't know why I'm set up like this. I don't know how it's decided what powers I do and don't have access to, but it has decided some of them. And yeah, the objective is just to sneak through here without getting spotted. And get to the clues. This one probably isn't too bad. Oh, I don't think I've ever seen that. Is that the normal courtesan model? Or is that a recolor? Clue 1. I think some of these may or may not be timed. Your target does not wear a helmet, a hat, or a mask. It says, honestly, the idea of an evil witch empress is a really good concept. It does actually sound like one, doesn't it? Okay, that door is closed. Your target wears red clothes. Okay, I think she's fine there. I think. I don't know my way around enough to know if I can get in here through the roof. Looks like I can. And yeah, they have some like nice new enemy models and stuff. They have the big fish, and this lassie dressed as Santa Claus, or like maybe dressed as Mrs. Claus, possibly. Okay, it doesn't look like anyone's in here.
I told her to keep the children inside. I told her.
Do-do-do. My target is a woman. So honestly, my target could be that Santa Claus dressed lassie that we just saw. Could be. Hello? Can I? Okay, I have a blink up here apparently. Right, where is that last clue? I'm not confident enough in my way through here to know exactly where I'm going. Up. Oh, it's down there. My target is a servant. Okay, so we know who we're looking for. And I did see her. Not very long ago. However, where that was, I couldn't possibly say. But somewhere we've been not that long ago. Kingle says, I'm thinking too much about which Empress now, not in a Fion Blush way, apparently. It's not you. Oh, it's her. There we go. So yeah, all we have to do is assassinate this person without being spotted. Although this lassie, I guess, is going to make that awkward for us.
Next, we might be getting doctors from the other aisles.
I don't believe it.
Oops. Okay, I've killed the target. Stealth bonus, ghost. Ta-da! Oh, we didn't find Emily's doll, which was apparently there. Yeah. It's just the Dunwall City trials are just challenges like this. Some of them are interesting like that. Most of them aren't. This one's like, fight your way through increasingly difficult waves of enemies. I'm pretty bad at the fighting as it is. Proceed to the level, shoot your targets as fast as possible while avoiding shooting civilians. Shoot as many falling whale oil tanks as possible. I guess we can do this. I won't do it very quickly, but like, we'll see what it looks like. Armed with just a crossbow, proceed to the level, shoot your targets as fast as possible. This challenge will test your mobility and accuracy. It's full of enemies. Each room is sealed until you shot each target. Your crossbow has infinite ammo. Ends if you die. It says, feels like a weird cop out that you just have to find and kill them. I mean, it's nice. I like that you have to do this, like, investigate thing to find them. Shoot targets, don't shoot any civilian. Each room is sealed till you kill every target. A lot of like blood dropping down there. Okay, the objective is not to be sneaky, but I'm gonna be sneaky. Oh my god. Ow, ow, ow. Oh, okay. Oh, she doesn't seem to mind that I'm here. Interesting. And yeah, you can see we're sort of like nebulously in the void somewhere. I'm at half health already. I don't have any healing potions either. Right. Oh. Ow! Get off! Ow! 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 Ow. Okay, we are particularly low. Oh, there's a doll. Hi. Have I missed someone? Oh, look, here's the way on.
And then she has the audacity to take the bottle home. Manners of a fine.
Ow! What hit me there? Ow. Okay, yeah, so there we go. That's the challenges. They're not very interesting. Speak says, I think this one referred to as a cock-up cascade, oh dear. How in stealth combat games, if you F up the stealth, things only get from bad to worse? Yes. Yes. So yeah, Dunwall City Trials, I don't think is very interesting. But yeah, so things that we could do next. One is we could move on to a completely different game. I know, for example, King Girl, you suggested a stealth game a while ago that I picked up that was like Stealth Janitor Werewolf or something, which looked interesting. So I could look into that next. That wouldn't be today, obviously. We could move on to a different game. We could go back to the Assassin's Creed franchise. We could go and do Hitman 2, which I've been looking at for a while. We could do Shadow of Mordor, which I've been looking at for a while. We could do Spirited Thief, which looks like a fun game. We have all of those as options. Ware Cleaner, that's the one, King Girl. Or I can go in and do the proper DLC, the Knife of Dunwall and then the Brigmore Witches, and do Dowd's DLC story. Would be an interesting thing for us to do. The other thing that we can do that I'm sorely tempted to try is Dishonored is on Team Hitless's list of games that you can hitless, and although I've been like quite bad at the game, playing it all in front of you guys' eyes, I definitely feel like this is a game I could try and do hitless. Maybe I've just been too sorely tempted by watching Shaka do many things hitless, because Shaka is a very pro gamer. But like, if there was ever a game that I could do hitless, it would be Dishonored. Because Dishonored is a game designed to be done hitless in a way, because it's designed to be a stealth game. So it's a sorely tempting idea. So if you would like to see me like work on and try for that, then that's something I will put on the table in front of people. Speed says, I recently replayed both Shadow of Mordor / War and the entire Batman Arkham series, both I can recommend. I have played through Shadow of Mordor twice, and both times I've gotten basically all the way up to the end of the game, and then lost interest in it and never actually finished the game. Which feels really silly, but it's true, I have. So it would be nice to actually finish the game at some point. It's kind of a weird game because there's lots to do and lots to be completion in it, but some things I'm really bad at in it. Some of the like challenges to upgrade your weapons, they took me like 5 to 7 tries. Even on the second playthrough, it took like 5 to 7 tries. They do make really interesting stories. They are very fun games, and they're very easy games to get sidetracked in. Like if you just do the missions, they're very short games. Well, they're not very short games, but they're not tremendously long games. But if you want to muck around, like making an orc army for yourself and stuff, then there's lots that you can do. So yeah, this is not a poll that I'm putting up in chat. This is just an open forum for people to voice what they would be interested in seeing next. Really. Do you want me to go stabbing? Do you want me to... Well, actually, most of the options are going stabbing in some forms. Do you want me to go stabbing in Dishonored? Do you want me to go stabbing in something else? Do you want me to try a challenge run? What do you like? He says, I wish WB would just let go of the Nemesis system. Imagine what a competent studio could do with it. I don't know that I would say they're not competent, at least with what they did with it in Shadow of Mordor. Because I've never played Shadow of War. I own it, but I've never played it because I've never finished Shadow of Mordor. I think they use it well in that game. I would love to see other people using it as well. But, you know, my views on intellectual property law are basically that we don't really need it. We certainly don't need, like, wholesale painting of every little tiny thing in a game. That's stupid and annoying, and as you say, it's counterproductive to people making other good games. I tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put on a little BRB screen, and I'm gonna go to the bathroom and possibly make myself a new drink because I've fully out of fluid. And you'll feel free to voice opinions on what you want to see in chat. And when we get back, I'll make a judgment call on what we're doing. What we're doing for the rest of today, which might just be some like quizzes and stuff, maybe, because I've been talking about doing those for ages. But B, we'll make a judgment call on what I'm going to do next in my stealth game slot. I should set you up with some music before I go. That would be good, wouldn't it?